Chapter 4, Section 1, Apprentice. This chapter is called Square Roots and Cube Roots. However, in this video, we're going to look at something called divisibility tests. And what that is when you look at a number, just by staring at it, you want to determine, is it divisible by some other type of number without actually having to do the division yourself. Some of these you would have definitely seen before, so some of this should be review. So let's get started. We want to determine, how can you tell if a number is divisible by 2? Well, that one's pretty easy. It doesn't matter how many digits your number has. All you have to do is look at the very last digit and ask yourself this question. Is it a 0, 2, 4, 6, or an 8? In other words, is the number even? Well, this ends in an 8. That's definitely even. So this number is divisible by 2. It's that easy. 903. Well, it ends in 3. 3 is odd. So this entire number is odd. So forget it. 26, that's even. 74 is even. Right? Pretty simple. How can you tell if a number is divisible by 3? Well, the answer is not to look at the last digit and ask yourself, is that divisible by 3? It doesn't work that way. It's actually really cool how it does work, though. What you do is you take all of the digits present and you add them up. And then you look at the total. So 1 plus 2 plus 6. Well, that equals 9. Is 9 divisible by 3? It sure is. So 126 is also divisible by 3. That's pretty cool. Next, 43. 4 plus 3 is 7. Okay. Well, 3 does not divide 7. So 3 does not divide 43 either. 532. 5 plus 3 plus 2, that's 10. Well, 3 does not divide the number 10, so this doesn't work. Lastly, 615. 6 plus 1 plus 5 is 12. Well, 3 does divide the number 12. So 615 is divisible by 3. How do you know if a number is divisible by 4? Well, all you have to do is look at the last 2 digits. So forget about anything else in front and figure out if that's divisible by 4. Well, the number 14, okay, that is not divisible by 4. So this number is out. 360, well, 60 is divisible by 4, okay, because if you divide that by 4, you get 15. Okay, so that works. 928, well, 28 is divisible by 4, okay, you get 7. Okay. And 138, 38, is that divisible by 4? No, it is not. Okay. You can also tell if a 2-digit number or any number is divisible by 4 if you can divide it by 2 twice. So 38, I can divide that by 2 once. That would give me 19. But then I cannot divide that by 2 again. Okay. I would get a decimal. So that's out. When is a number divisible by 5? That one's really easy. All you have to do is look at the last digit and ask yourself, is it a 0 or is it a 5? 120, well, that ends in a 0, so yes. 540, yes. 16, that doesn't end in a 0 or a 5, so forget it. 997, nope. When is a number divisible by 6? Okay, all you have to do is check to see if it's divisible by 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 both have to work. If only one of them works, it does not work for 6. So 57. Well, I know that's not divisible by 6 because it is not even. Therefore, it is not divisible by 2. So that's out. 106. Okay. Well, that's even, so that's divisible by 2, but we need to check if it's divisible by 3. And we do that by adding everything together. 1 plus 0 plus 6 is 7. 3 does not divide 7. So 6 does not divide 106. 96. Well, this is even, so that's divisible by 2. 9 plus 6 is 15. 15 is divisible by 3. So this number is divisible by 6. 285. Well, that doesn't work because right away I can see that it's odd, and therefore it is not divisible by 2. It is divisible by 3, but not 2. Therefore 6 doesn't work. How to tell if a number is divisible by 7. Okay, I was never shown this one in school. It's kind of neat, but it is a little bit of work. In fact, sometimes it's actually easier just to do the division yourself by hand than it is to test for it. But I think it's kind of interesting how it works. So I'll show it to you for fun. So 245. If you want to see if it's divisible by 7, we do this. We take the last digit and we chop it off. Okay? So we have the number 24 and 5. And what we do is we take 24 and we subtract twice this last digit. So 5 times 2, that's 10. So I subtract 10 from 24. And that, of course, gives me 14. And now I look at this answer. Is 14 divisible by 7? Yes, it is. Therefore, 245 is also divisible by 7. Okay. 447. Okay. Well, we separate this last digit, the 7. So we have 44. And we subtract 7, but we double it. So 7 times 2 is 14. Okay. So 44 minus 14 is 30. Okay. Now we check. Is 30 divisible by 7? Definitely not. So this number doesn't work. All right, 721. So I'm going to chop off that 1. So I get 72 minus, and I double this, so 1 times 2 is 2. So that gives me 70. Okay, 70 is definitely divisible by 7. That would give me 10. Okay. There we are. Kind of a cool trick. All right, the last number on the list is a number divisible by 9. Okay. Well, this test works exactly the same way as the test that we used for 3. So we take all of the digits, add them up, and then see if that result is divisible by 9 as well. So 4 plus 6 is 10, plus 8 is 18, plus 9 is 27. Okay. Well, 9 does divide 27. Okay. So that works. 1701. Well, 1 plus 7 plus 0 plus 1 is 9. Well, 9 is certainly divisible by 9. Well, there we go. 467. 4 plus 6 plus 7, that is 17. The number 9 does not divide 17. There we go. And lastly, 6,698. So 6 plus 6 plus 9 plus 8 is 29. 29 is not divisible by 9, so neither is this. Okay. You may be wondering, is there a divisibility test for the number 8? There is. I just didn't bother showing it. It kind of works like 4, but you look at the last 3 digits. Okay? So if the last 3 digits of a number are divisible by 8, then the entire number is. I just didn't bother with that one. Okay, let's do a brief review of prime numbers and composite numbers. You would have definitely seen these before, but a review never hurts. Prime number, it's a whole number bigger than 1, whose only factors, we can also call them divisors, are 1 and itself. So for example, 2 is prime, 3 is prime, 5, 7, 11, 13, and so on. Okay, if you look at all of these numbers, the only factors they have, okay, are 1 and themselves. A composite number, well, it's a whole number bigger than 1 that is not prime, meaning that it has factors other than 1 in itself. I should also point out, notice that all prime numbers, okay, are odd except for 2. 2 is the only odd duck. That is the only even prime in existence. We're getting back to composite numbers. Well, basically a composite number is any number that we cannot write here. Right, so this would be 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, and so on. Okay. Now, I have left out the number 1 because 1 is not a composite number, nor is it considered a prime number. Okay, it's neither. There's the short explanation for you.